Hello there, beautiful soul. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Right now, as you're listening to these words, I want you to know that your presence here is no accident. You've been guided to this moment because somewhere deep inside, you know you're ready for something magnificent to shift in your life. You've been carrying dreams and desires in your heart, and perhaps you've been wondering when they'll finally come to life. Maybe you've been feeling like change takes too long, or that the things you want are meant for other people, but not for you. I want you to take a gentle breath with me right now. Feel your shoulders relax as you breathe out. You don't need to hold on to any tension or worry about whether this will work for you. You don't need to figure everything out in this moment. All you need to do is be here, open and willing to receive what wants to come through for you. You see, darling, the universe has been waiting for you to realize just how powerful you truly are. You've always had this power within you, the power to create, to manifest, to bring your deepest desires into your physical reality. I know that life hasn't always felt easy. There have been times when you've asked for something, prayed for something, wished for something with all your heart, and it seemed like nothing happened. Maybe you started to believe that manifestation works for other people but not for you. Maybe you began to think that you're just not one of the lucky ones. I understand these feelings completely, and I want you to know that every single person who has ever created something beautiful in their life has felt exactly the same way at some point. What I'm about to share with you today might feel almost too good to be true, and that's perfectly okay. Your logical mind might want to resist the idea that you can manifest something big in just 24 hours or less. That little voice in your head might be saying, "Come on, if it were that easy, wouldn't everyone be doing it?" And I want to honor that voice because it's just trying to protect you from disappointment. But I also want to gently invite you to consider that maybe, just maybe, rapid manifestation is not only possible but completely natural when you align with the right principles. You know, throughout my years of teaching and healing, I've witnessed the most incredible transformations happen in the shortest amounts of time. I've seen people attract their perfect partner in a matter of days after years of searching. I've watched individuals manifest unexpected money within hours of shifting their mindset. I've observed physical healings that doctors called impossible happen overnight. These aren't fairy tales or coincidences. They're examples of what becomes possible when we remember who we really are and how this universe actually works. The reason you're here today is because your soul knows it's time to step into this power. Your heart is calling you to move beyond the limitations you've been accepting and to embrace the magic that's always been available to you. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be perfect or have all your past wounds healed. You don't need to wait until you feel completely worthy or until all the stars align. You just need to be willing to open your heart to possibility and trust that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. As we spend this time together, I want you to let go of any pressure to make something happen. Instead, think of this as a gentle homecoming to your own power. You're not learning something new as much as you're remembering something you've always known. Deep in your cells, in your DNA, in the very essence of who you are, you carry the wisdom of creation. You are made of the same energy that creates stars and moves oceans. You are connected to the same force that grows flowers from tiny seeds and heals cuts on your skin without you even thinking about it. Today, we're going to explore how to work with this incredible force in a very intentional way. You're going to discover why 24 hours can be more than enough time to manifest something beautiful when you understand how energy really works. You're going to learn how to clear away the things that have been blocking your natural ability to create. And most importantly, you're going to remember that you deserve to receive everything your heart truly desires. Now let's talk about what manifestation really is, because I think there's been a lot of confusion about this beautiful process. Manifestation isn't about forcing the universe to give you what you want. It's not about thinking positive thoughts so hard that reality has no choice but to change. It's not about manipulating energy or trying to control outcomes. True manifestation is actually the most natural thing in the world. It's simply the process of bringing your inner world into alignment with your outer world. You see, lovely one, you are manifesting all the time, whether you realize it or not. Every single moment of your life is a manifestation of your inner beliefs, thoughts, feelings, and expectations. The relationships you have, the work you do, the health you experience, the money in your bank account, all of these are reflections of what's been going on inside of you. This isn't about blame or making yourself wrong for what you don't like in your life. This is about recognizing the incredible power you have to consciously direct this process. When we understand that we're always creating our reality through our inner state, we can begin to work with this process deliberately. We can start to ask ourselves, what am I creating from? What beliefs am I holding? What feelings am I feeding? What thoughts am I thinking most of the time? And then we can begin to shift these internal patterns to align with what we truly want to experience. The reason manifestation can happen so quickly is because there's no actual distance between your inner world and your outer world. They're not separate things that have to somehow connect across space and time. They're different aspects of the same energy expressing itself in different ways. When you change something on the inner level, the outer level has to respond. It's like looking in a mirror and changing your expression. The reflection changes instantly because it was never separate from you to begin with. Your thoughts are creative forces, not just nice ideas or wishes, but actual energetic patterns that interact with the quantum field of possibility that surrounds you always. When you think a thought, you're not just processing information in your brain, you're sending out a signal that attracts matching experiences back to you. This happens whether your thoughts are positive or negative, whether you believe in manifestation or not, whether you're trying to create something or not. The beautiful thing about understanding this is that it means you don't have to wait for external circumstances to change before you can feel differently. You don't have to wait for your manifestation to appear before you can feel grateful or excited or peaceful. You can choose to feel these things right now, and as you do, you're immediately shifting your energetic signature and attracting experiences that match these higher vibrations. Your body is also part of this manifestation process. Every cell in your body is responding to your thoughts and emotions. When you hold loving thoughts, your body chemistry changes. When you feel gratitude, your nervous system relaxes. When you focus on possibility rather than limitation, your entire physical being aligns with creation rather than resistance. This is why the mind-body connection is so important in manifestation. Your body isn't just along for the ride. It's an active participant in bringing your desires into form. But here's where many people get stuck, and this is so important to understand. Even though you have this incredible manifesting power, there are often things that get in the way of it flowing freely. These aren't character flaws or permanent problems. They're simply patterns that you've learned along the way that don't serve you anymore. Think of them like static on a radio that interferes with the clear signal you're trying to broadcast. The most common interference patterns are the beliefs and emotions we carry from past experiences where we felt disappointed, rejected, or hurt. When you asked for something before and it didn't come, or when it came but not in the way you expected, part of you might have decided that it's not safe to want things too much. Part of you might have concluded that you're not worthy of having what you desire, or that good things are scarce and hard to come by. These protective patterns served a purpose when they were formed. They were your psyche's way of trying to keep you safe from future disappointment. But now they're keeping you safe from receiving the very things you want most. It's like having a loyal guard dog that won't let anyone through the gate, even when you're expecting beloved friends to visit. Fear is often the biggest block to rapid manifestation. Fear that it won't work, fear that even if it does work, it won't last, fear that you don't deserve it, fear that wanting things makes you selfish or shallow. These fears create a kind of energetic contradiction. Part of you is calling in your desire while another part is pushing it away. It's like driving with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. Doubt works similarly. When you plant a seed in your garden, you don't keep digging it up to check if it's growing. You trust the process and create the right conditions for growth. But with manifestation, we often plant our desires and then immediately start doubting whether they're really taking root. We look for evidence that it's working, and when we don't see immediate proof, we start to worry that nothing is happening. Feelings of unworthiness might be the most subtle but powerful blocks of all. Deep down, many of us carry the belief that we need to earn good things through struggle, that we have to prove ourselves worthy before we can receive, or that wanting things for ourselves is somehow wrong. These beliefs create a kind of internal resistance that makes it very difficult for good things to flow to us easily. The beautiful thing is that you don't have to spend years in therapy or completely heal every wound before you can manifest powerfully. You just need to create enough space in your energy field for your desires to come through. Think of it like clearing just enough clutter from a doorway so that someone can walk through. You don't have to reorganize the entire house. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for clearing this space quickly. When you forgive, whether it's forgiving others, forgiving circumstances, or forgiving yourself, you're releasing stuck energy and making room for new possibilities. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning what happened or pretending it was okay. It means freeing yourself from carrying the heavy energy of resentment so that you can create from a clear, open space. You can also clear blocks by simply acknowledging them with compassion rather than fighting against them. When you notice fear or doubt arising, instead of trying to push these feelings away, you can say, "I see you, fear. I understand you're trying to protect me. Thank you for caring about me. I'm safe to want what I want, and I'm safe to receive it." This gentle approach often dissolves resistance much more effectively than trying to force yourself to feel differently. Another powerful way to clear your manifestation pathway is to look at what you're grateful for right now. Gratitude is like a magnet for more good things. When you focus on what's already working in your life, what you already love, what you're already receiving, you're training your attention to notice abundance rather than lack. This shifts your entire energetic foundation from scarcity to plenty, and from that foundation, manifestation happens much more easily. Now that we've talked about clearing the pathway for your manifestations, I want to share with you the most important foundation for rapid creation, and that's your relationship with yourself. You see, darling, the speed at which your desires manifest is directly related to how much love and acceptance you have for yourself right now. This might sound surprising, especially if you've been taught that manifestation is about visualizing and affirming and taking action. While those things certainly play a part, they're like trying to build a house without first laying a solid foundation. Self-love isn't just a nice idea or something to work on when you have time. It's actually the fuel that powers your ability to receive what you're asking for. When you truly love and value yourself, you naturally believe that you deserve good things. When you accept yourself as you are right now, you're not trying to manifest from a place of lack or inadequacy. You're creating from wholeness, and manifestations that come from wholeness tend to arrive much more quickly and stay much longer. Most of us have been taught to love ourselves conditionally. We think we'll love ourselves when we lose weight, when we make more money, when we find the perfect relationship, when we achieve our goals. But this backwards approach actually keeps us stuck in a cycle of always reaching for the next thing to make us feel worthy. True self-love means accepting and appreciating yourself exactly as you are in this moment, with all your imperfections and all your dreams still unfulfilled. When you love yourself unconditionally, something magical happens in your energy field. You stop emanating the vibration of neediness or desperation that can actually push your desires away. Instead, you radiate a sense of completeness and worthiness that magnetizes good things to you. Think about people you know who seem to attract wonderful experiences effortlessly. They usually have this quality of being comfortable in their own skin, of knowing their value regardless of what they have or don't have. One of the most powerful practices for developing this kind of self-love quickly is mirror work. Now, I know this might feel uncomfortable at first, and that's perfectly normal. Most of us have been avoiding really looking at ourselves with love for years, but your eyes are the windows to your soul, and when you look into them with genuine affection, you're communicating directly with the deepest part of yourself. Start small with this practice. Look into your own eyes in the mirror and simply say, "Hello, beautiful." You don't have to feel it completely at first. You're just beginning to plant seeds of self-appreciation. Notice if your inner critic wants to jump in with all the reasons why you're not beautiful or why this is silly. Thank that voice for its concern and gently redirect your attention back to your eyes. Say, "I see you. I acknowledge you. You matter." As you continue this practice, you can begin to speak to yourself the way you would speak to a beloved friend. Tell yourself, "I'm proud of you for being here today. I'm proud of you for wanting to grow and change. I love your courage in reaching for something better." When you treat yourself with this kind of tenderness, you're literally rewiring your brain to accept love and appreciation, and this creates a much more receptive state for manifestation. Another aspect of self-love that's crucial for rapid manifestation is treating yourself as if you're already worthy of receiving what you want. This means taking care of your body, your space, your time, and your energy in ways that reflect how valuable you are. You don't have to wait until you manifest your desires to start living like someone who deserves beautiful things. You can start honoring yourself in small ways right now. Maybe that means buying yourself flowers, taking a luxurious bath, wearing clothes that make you feel good, or speaking to yourself with kindness throughout the day. Maybe it means saying no to things that drain your energy and yes to things that nourish your soul. When you treat yourself with this level of care and respect, you're sending a clear message to the universe that you value yourself, and the universe responds by sending you experiences that match this level of appreciation. Self-love also means being patient and gentle with yourself as you learn to manifest more consciously. You don't have to be perfect at this process. You don't have to never have doubts or fears or moments of impatience. You just need to approach yourself with the same compassion you would offer a dear friend who is learning something new. When you make a mistake or when something doesn't unfold exactly as you hoped, you can say to yourself, "That's okay, sweetie. We're learning. Let's try again with love." Now, once you've begun to establish this foundation of self-love, the next step in rapid manifestation is getting crystal clear about what you actually want to create. This might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people think they know what they want when really they're focused on what they think they should want, or what others expect them to want, or what seems practical or realistic. True clarity comes from connecting with your heart's authentic desires rather than your mind's logical preferences. Your heart knows what will genuinely make you happy and fulfilled. Your mind often gets caught up in what looks good from the outside or what seems like it would solve your current problems. When you manifest from your heart's true desires, the universe can move much more quickly because there's no internal resistance or ambivalence blocking the flow. To discover what you really want, you need to get quiet and ask yourself some honest questions. Not, what should I want, or what would be smart to want, but what makes my heart sing when I think about it? What would I choose if I knew I couldn't fail? What desire keeps coming back to me no matter how many times I dismiss it as impossible or impractical? Sometimes our truest desires feel scary because they seem too big or too different from what we think is possible for us. But these feelings often indicate that you're touching something real and important. Your soul didn't come here to play small or to settle for less than what truly lights you up. Those big, scary desires are often pointing you toward your life's purpose and greatest joy. When you're getting clear on your desire, it's important to focus on how you want to feel rather than getting too attached to exactly how it has to look. For example, instead of saying, I want to meet a 6-foot-tall doctor with dark hair who drives a BMW, you might say, I want to feel deeply loved, cherished, and understood in a relationship with someone who shares my values and makes me laugh. This gives the universe much more flexibility in how to deliver your desire, and often what comes is even better than what your limited imagination could have conceived. Write down your desire in a way that makes you feel excited and expanded when you read it. Use words that create a feeling of possibility and joy in your body. Avoid language that focuses on what you don't want or what you're trying to get away from. Instead of, I don't want to be broke anymore, try, I want to feel abundant and free with money flowing easily into my life. The energy of these statements is completely different, and they'll attract very different experiences. It's also powerful to connect with why you want what you want. Not the surface reasons, but the deeper feelings and experiences you're hoping to have. When you understand the essence of your desire, the love, freedom, creativity, contribution, or joy you're seeking, you open up multiple pathways for the universe to deliver what you're asking for. Now we come to the part you've been waiting for, the actual 24-hour manifestation process. This isn't about rushing or forcing or trying to manipulate the universe into giving you what you want faster. It's about aligning yourself so completely with your desire that there's no resistance left to slow down its manifestation. When you clear the blocks, love yourself deeply, and get crystal clear on what you want, rapid manifestation becomes a natural byproduct. The key to manifesting in 24 hours or less is understanding that you're not actually creating something from nothing. Everything you could ever want already exists in the field of infinite possibility that surrounds you always. Your job isn't to create your desire, it's to become such a perfect match for it that it has no choice but to show up in your physical reality. Think of it like tuning a radio to the exact frequency of your favorite station. The music was always there, you just needed to adjust your dial to receive it clearly. Your 24-hour manifestation process begins the moment you wake up with a clear intention and a heart full of love for yourself and your desire. Before you even get out of bed, take a few moments to connect with how it feels to already have what you want. Don't worry about believing it completely. Just play with the feeling. Let yourself bask in the emotions of gratitude, excitement, relief, or joy that would naturally come with your desire being fulfilled. As you move through your morning routine, maintain this connection to the feeling of your desire. When you brush your teeth, you might silently say, "Thank you for this beautiful manifestation." When you have your coffee, you might feel appreciation for all the abundance already flowing in your life. You're not trying to convince yourself that you already have your desire. You're simply practicing the emotional state that matches it. Throughout the day, pay attention to the guidance that comes to you. Your intuition might prompt you to call someone, go somewhere, or take a specific action. These impulses are often the universe's way of orchestrating the circumstances that will lead to your manifestation. Trust these nudges, even if they don't seem directly related to what you're trying to create. The universe works in mysterious and often surprising ways. Stay open to your desire showing up in unexpected forms. Maybe you wanted a specific amount of money, and instead you receive an opportunity that will lead to even more money. Maybe you asked for a romantic relationship, and instead you meet someone who becomes a business partner that changes your life. The universe often delivers the essence of what we're asking for in ways our limited imagination never could have planned. Most importantly, practice surrendering attachment to the timing and method of delivery while maintaining absolute faith that what you've asked for is already on its way to you. This is the delicate balance of manifestation, being clear about what you want while remaining flexible about how and when it arrives. When you can hold this space of eager anticipation without desperation, you create the perfect conditions for rapid manifestation to occur. During these precious 24 hours of conscious creation, there are specific practices that can accelerate your manifestation in the most beautiful ways. These aren't complicated techniques that require years of study. They're simple, powerful tools that work with the natural laws of the universe to help your desires flow into form more quickly. Think of them as ways to fine-tune your energetic broadcast so that you're sending out the clearest possible signal. Visualization is one of the most potent practices for rapid manifestation, but not in the way most people think. You don't need to strain to create perfect mental pictures or spend hours trying to see every detail of your desired outcome. True visualization is about feeling your way into the experience of already having what you want. Close your eyes and let yourself drop into the emotions, the sensations, the quality of energy that would naturally be present if your desire were already fulfilled. Maybe you feel a sense of relief washing over your body, or excitement bubbling up in your chest, or a deep peace settling into your bones. These feelings are actually more important than any visual images you might create. Your body doesn't know the difference between something you're vividly feeling and something that's actually happening. When you feel genuinely grateful, excited, or peaceful about your manifestation, your cells respond as if it's already real, and this sends powerful signals out into the quantum field. Make this visualization practice delicious for yourself. Don't turn it into work or something you have to do perfectly. Instead, let it be a wonderful escape into the reality you're creating. Spend just 5 or 10 minutes at a time dropping into these feelings, and do it whenever it feels good to you. Some people love to visualize first thing in the morning, others prefer right before sleep, and some like to take little feeling breaks throughout the day. Affirmations, when used with genuine feeling, can also speed up your manifestation process tremendously. But here's what makes affirmations truly powerful. They need to feel authentic in your body, not just sound good in your mind. If saying, "I am wealthy," feels completely false to you right now, your body will reject the statement even as your mind is speaking it. Instead, you might try, "I am open to receiving abundance," or "Money flows to me easily and joyfully," or "I deserve to have all my needs met beautifully." The most effective affirmations often bridge where you are now with where you want to be. They feel like a stretch that's exciting rather than a lie that's uncomfortable. You can say things like, "I am becoming more and more magnetic to my desires," or "Every day I feel more worthy of receiving good things," or "The universe is conspiring to bring me everything I need." These statements help you move gradually into the energy of what you want without creating internal resistance. Say your affirmations with feeling, not just with words. Put your hand on your heart and speak to yourself with love. Look in your eyes while you say them. Walk around your house declaring them with confidence. The more you can embody the energy of your affirmations, the more powerfully they'll work to shift your vibration and attract matching experiences. Gratitude might be the most magnetic force in the universe. When you're genuinely grateful, you're automatically in harmony with the flow of abundance, and this alignment allows manifestations to come to you with incredible speed. But the gratitude that manifests quickly isn't just appreciation for what you already have. It's also gratitude for what's on its way to you. You can thank the universe in advance for your manifestation, as if it's already been delivered. Thank you for this perfect solution that's coming to me now. Thank you for this beautiful relationship that's unfolding in my life. Thank you for this amazing opportunity that's about to appear. This kind of advanced gratitude puts you in the receiving mode and signals to the universe that you're ready and expecting your good to arrive. Keep a manifestation gratitude journal where you write thank you notes for things before they appear in your physical reality. This practice trains your mind to focus on what's coming rather than what's missing, and it helps you develop the kind of faith that allows rapid manifestation to occur. Write as if your desires have already happened, with genuine appreciation for how wonderful it feels to have received them. Taking inspired action is another crucial component of 24-hour manifestation. This doesn't mean frantically rushing around trying to make things happen through force. Inspired action feels light, exciting, and natural, like you're being gently pulled towards certain choices rather than pushing yourself to do things you think you should do. When you're truly aligned with your desire, the right actions will feel obvious and energizing. You might suddenly feel compelled to update your resume, call an old friend, take a different route home, or attend an event you normally wouldn't consider. These impulses are the universe's way of positioning you to receive your manifestation. Trust these nudges even when they don't seem logically connected to what you're trying to create. The key is to stay alert to opportunities and synchronicities that show up around you. When you're in manifestation mode, the universe will often present you with chances to move toward your desire in ways you never expected. Someone might mention exactly the person you need to meet, or you might overhear a conversation that gives you important information, or you might feel drawn to go somewhere that turns out to be exactly where you needed to be. Now, as you're working with these practices, it's essential to understand how universal energy operates, because this knowledge will help you align with the natural flow of creation rather than swimming against it. The universe is always responding to you, always working on your behalf, but it operates according to principles that might be different from what your logical mind expects. Divine timing is one of these principles, and it's not always the same as human timing. When you ask for something, the universe immediately begins orchestrating all the circumstances, people, and events necessary to bring your desire into form. But sometimes this orchestration takes a little longer than 24 hours, not because the universe is slow or because you're doing something wrong, but because there are pieces that need to fall into place first. This doesn't mean you should give up on rapid manifestation. It means you should hold space for your desire to come quickly, while also trusting that if it takes longer, there's a divine reason for the timing. Maybe the universe is preparing you to handle your manifestation better, or maybe it's arranging for you to receive something even more wonderful than what you originally asked for. Surrender is perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of manifestation. Many people think surrender means giving up on what they want or accepting less than they desire. But true surrender is actually the opposite. It's releasing your grip on how and when your desire must appear so that the universe has room to deliver it in the most perfect way possible. When you surrender, you're not becoming passive or indifferent. You're becoming open and receptive. You're saying to the universe, I know what I want, and I trust you to bring it to me in the way that serves my highest good. This attitude of receptive trust creates a powerful vacuum that draws your desires toward you naturally. You'll know you're in true surrender when you feel peaceful about your desire rather than anxious, when you can think about it with excitement rather than worry, and when you're able to appreciate your life as it is right now while still looking forward to what's coming. Surrender doesn't mean you stop wanting what you want. It means you stop needing to control exactly how you get it. Signs that the universe is responding to your request often show up long before your actual manifestation appears. You might start seeing numbers, symbols, or words related to your desire everywhere you look. People might begin bringing up topics related to what you're manifesting in seemingly random conversations. You might have dreams that feel significant, or you might notice an increase in synchronicities and meaningful coincidences. Pay attention to these signs without becoming obsessed with looking for them. They're the universe's way of letting you know that your request has been received and that things are moving behind the scenes. When you notice these signals, take a moment to feel grateful and to reaffirm your trust in the process. Sometimes your manifestation will arrive in exactly the form you expected, and sometimes it will come in ways that surprise you completely. Stay open to both possibilities. The universe has access to resources, connections, and opportunities that you can't even conceive of from your current vantage point. What shows up might be different from what you pictured, but perfectly aligned with what your heart actually wanted. Let me share with you how this process looks in real life, because understanding practical examples can help you recognize manifestation opportunities in your own experience. The most common 24-hour manifestations tend to be things like unexpected money, surprise invitations, sudden solutions to problems, chance encounters with helpful people, or opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere. Someone might manifest a parking space in a crowded area by holding the feeling of ease and flow while driving. Another person might manifest the exact information they need by staying open and curious while browsing online or talking to friends. Others manifest free gifts, discounted services, or valuable connections simply by maintaining a vibration of gratitude and expectation throughout their day. The key in all these examples is that the people involved weren't attached to exactly how their desire had to show up. They held the feeling of what they wanted: ease, information, abundance, connection, and stayed alert to how the universe might deliver it. They said yes to opportunities that felt good, followed hunches that seemed interesting, and remained open to receiving in unexpected ways. When something wonderful does show up quickly, celebrate it fully, even if it seems small. Thank the universe enthusiastically and acknowledge your own power in creating this experience. This positive reinforcement strengthens your manifestation abilities and makes rapid creation more likely in the future. Every manifestation, regardless of size, is evidence that the process is working and that you're remembering how to consciously cooperate with the laws of creation. But what if 24 hours pass and you don't see obvious signs of your manifestation? First, take a gentle breath and remind yourself that this doesn't mean anything has gone wrong. Your desire is still in the process of manifesting, and sometimes the most beautiful creations take a little longer to come into form. Think of it like ordering something special. Just because it doesn't arrive immediately doesn't mean it's not on its way. Use this time to deepen your practice rather than to doubt your power. Continue with your gratitude, your visualization, and your self-love practices. Keep following inspired actions and staying open to guidance. Often what feels like a delay is actually the universe making sure you receive something even better than what you originally requested. Also, look more closely at what has shifted in your life over the past 24 hours. Sometimes manifestations begin as subtle changes in your energy, your perspective, or your circumstances that pave the way for bigger changes to follow. Maybe you feel more confident, or you had an important realization, or you met someone who might be significant later. These seemingly small shifts often indicate that your manifestation is in motion. Trust the process even when you can't see immediate results. Every moment you spend in alignment with your desire, every loving thought you think about yourself, every feeling of gratitude you experience is contributing to the creation of what you want. Nothing is ever wasted in the realm of energy. Every positive vibration you send out returns to you multiplied, often in ways and at times you least expect. Build on whatever successes you do experience, no matter how small they might seem. If you manifest a free cup of coffee, celebrate it as evidence of your growing ability to attract good things. If you manifest a helpful phone call, appreciate it as proof that the universe is listening to you. These smaller manifestations are like flexing your manifestation muscles, preparing you to create bigger and more significant experiences. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to know how proud I am of you for being here, for opening your heart to possibility, and for choosing to remember your own creative power. You've taken an important step simply by listening to these words and allowing yourself to consider that rapid manifestation might be possible for you. That shift in your thinking has already changed something in your energy field, and that change will ripple out into your experience in beautiful ways. You don't need to be perfect at any of the practices we've discussed. You don't need to have unwavering faith or complete clarity or zero doubt. You just need to be willing to love yourself enough to try, to stay open enough to receive, and to trust the process enough to take the next loving step. The universe isn't waiting for you to become someone different before it can deliver your desires. It's ready to work with you exactly as you are right now. Your manifestation power isn't something you need to develop or earn. It's something you need to remember and allow. You were born with this ability, and it's been with you every moment of your life, whether you knew it or not. Today, you've simply chosen to become more conscious about how you use this power, and that consciousness will make all the difference in what you're able to create. As you go forward from here, be gentle with yourself and patient with the process. Celebrate every sign that things are shifting. Appreciate every moment of alignment you experience, and trust that the universe is always working in your favor. Your desires matter. You deserve to have what your heart wants, and you have everything within you that's needed to bring your dreams into reality. Take this with you. You are loved beyond measure. You are more powerful than you know, and you are worthy of receiving everything that would make your heart sing. The universe is conspiring to give you the most beautiful life possible, and all you need to do is stay open to receiving it. Trust yourself, trust the process, and know that wonderful things are already on their way to you. Your manifestation journey begins now, in this very moment, with this very breath. Go forward with love, with faith, and with excitement about all the magic that's about to unfold in your life. You've got this beautiful soul. You absolutely, completely, wonderfully have this.